Hi guys, so today we are talking about our informational essay outline. And we're setting up this outline because we would like a visual representation on how to write our essay next week. So next week we're going to be writing our introduction paragraph and our body paragraphs, but this outline will kind of give us a way in, a little idea on how we're going to do that. So I titled it our info essay outline. Our prompt, again, is we're looking at an object that is important to our everyday life, okay? So we're going to first, of course, we're going to start with our first paragraph, and our first paragraph is going to be our introduction, right? So I'm going to put introduction here. And in our introduction, we are going to, of course, include our topic sentence. We are going to give general information on our object. On object here. And then something else that we absolutely can put into our introduction is a hook. A hook is something that's going to capture our reader's attention. So if you can think of a hook, this is where it would go. It would go in our introduction. So I'm going to put hook to capture readers. Okay, so again, in our introduction, we want to put in the information on the object and why we are choosing this object for its importance in everyday life, okay? So we want to, I would go ahead and just put in what object you're going to do. So for instance, I am going to write about the refrigerator. So I'm just going to put it right here. Some of you came up with the phone or the internet or the computer, so you would want to put that there. Your topic sentence is going to include the prompt. So our prompt is, how is this object important for everyday life? So we want to put that in our topic sentence. So I'm just going to put important right here. I'm running out of room, but I absolutely can put importance for everyday life here. And then I'm going to give just some general information about the object. So I would give some general information about the refrigerator. So it's going to require some research because I need to know some general information about the refrigerator. When did the first refrigerator come out? That would be a really good sentence to have in my introduction. For you, if you're choosing the phone or if you're choosing the computer, when did the first computer come out? For the refrigerator, I know they used to call them ice boxes, so I would definitely look up ice boxes and when did they switch over to refrigerator. So I can absolutely put that in there. For anyone who's doing the computer, remember they used to be this huge thing in a cold room, like bigger than people. And when did they switch over to something that's more manageable that people can actually type onto? So that you would want to put that general information. So basically any information that's, and when I mean general, I'm not talking about specific details because we're going to talk about specific details in our body. So I don't want to give specific details in our introduction. It's just going to be like an overview, when the first refrigerator come out, how are refrigerators used, how were they used to be used, why did they come out with refrigerators, those types of questions would be what I'm answering in the first paragraph. Okay, let's talk about now our second paragraph. Our second paragraph is going to begin our body. So I'm going to title this the body. And in our second paragraph, body, we are going to talk about the history of our object. So I'm going to put history of object. So this is where I'm going to do my research on the refrigerator and find out, I'm going to go into details about the ice box. Why did they use ice boxes? And then why did they switch over to a refrigerator? So I'm going to find out specific details about the purpose of the icebox. So I'm also going to put that here. Let's talk about the purpose of your object. Okay. And then we're going to give specific details here, and we're going to explain those details. So I'm just going to put details here because I don't know what my details are yet. I'm not writing the paragraph yet, but I want to give details, and then I'm going to explain those details. And then that would definitely give me a paragraph that is 5 to 8 sentences. Okay. All right, let's move on to paragraph number 3. Paragraph number 3 is another body paragraph. The body is like the meat of our essay. The introduction was like the hors d'oeuvres, the pre-meal. Your body is the meat, the main course, okay? And so it tends to be longer because there's more details that are going on with it. So in our third paragraph body, we are going to talk about the use of that object today. The use of your object today. Okay, how is your object used today? And then let's also talk about how it's evolved over time. So how has your object evolved over time? So I could reiterate some details that it started as an icebox, and then it moved to a 1-door refrigerator, and then it moved to a 2-door refrigerator, which was a refrigerator and freezer. And then now it's moved to for some people 3 doors because of the snack drawer. And then how it has moved to a smart refrigerator where there's screens and TVs and touch screens, water dispenser, ice dispenser. Some of them even have 4 doors because there's doors inside of doors. So I can definitely talk about that here in my body paragraph number 3. And then, of course, I want to make sure that I have details here and that I'm explaining. Okay. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is a body paragraph again. Body. And in our body paragraph, we are going, our third body paragraph, which is our 4th paragraph overall, we're going to talk about the special features of our object. Special features. So I'm going to really hone in on the fact that refrigerators now are smart refrigerators, how they have touch screens, TVs, you can find recipes, you can hook up the internet to your refrigerator. So I'm going to go into more detail about that here. Like I may have just kind of briefly discussed it in this one, but in my 4th paragraph, I'm going to go into details and explain. So again, details and explain. Okay. And then, so like I probably want to have like a sentence for each special feature of my object. And then I would give a detail and explain that special feature. So again, we do want 5 to 8 sentences for these as well. So I forgot to put that here, 5 to 8 sentences. And then again here, I'll just put it right here, 5 to 8 sentences. Okay. All right, we're on to paragraph number 5 now. So for some of you, because remember the minimum paragraphs is 5. So for some of you, you may want to stop here and your 5th one is going to be your conclusion. Or you could be like me and I'm going to write a 5th paragraph and my 5th paragraph is another body paragraph. So I'm going to put body here. And this body paragraph is going to explain the everyday convenience of my object. So everyday convenience. So why is my object super convenient today? So I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm also going to talk about why is my object important. Important. And then of course I'm going to give details, right? And I'm going to explain details / explain. Okay. Sorry if my writing has gotten messy as it's gone down. Hopefully you can read that. So, and then that'll be my 5th paragraph. It'll have all the last bits of parts to my essay of everything that I want to talk about. And then my 6th paragraph is going to be my conclusion. So I've run out of room, but I think I'm going to write it right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here's number 6. I'll circle it. Maybe I'll circle these so you guys can see that better. Okay, so here's my 6th paragraph, and this is going to be my conclusion. And what are we doing in a conclusion? We restate the topic, right? Restate topic. And then what else do we do in a conclusion? We sum up, right? Sum up info. So we're going to sum up the information. And then we can just kind of like have a really good, like another kind of ending hook to just finish off the essay, to finish off and give the reader exactly what they want. Let's see, we can also reiterate the importance, just a quick, not only restating the topic, but why is your object important to everyday life? So we want to restate that in maybe different words than we used in our first paragraph. Or even in, because I think we talk about it, yep, why is my object important? We talk about it in number 5. So just a quick 1 sentence, why is my object important to everyday life? And we could do that in paragraph 6. In our introduction and our conclusion usually isn't as long as our body paragraphs because our body paragraphs include details and explanations. So our introduction paragraph and our conclusion is usually about 5 sentences. And that will give us a good amount to sum up, to restate, and to make sure we are answering our prompt. I'm just going to grab our prompt real quick. And I put this in the assignment, so you absolutely can use this. But some helpful hints are, do you clearly introduce a topic that responds to the prompt? Okay. Do you organize your ideas, concepts, and information with clear text structure? Yep, we're organizing it right now. Do you develop the topic with relevant facts, definitions, details, and other information and examples? Yep, you want to make sure you are including facts in here. So that's really good. I'm going to put facts for the history. And then let's do facts for special features. You want to make sure you include facts for special features and facts for your everyday convenience. Okay, so make sure you are, that would be part of your details. So include those facts. Let's see, do you Do you need to take out details or examples that are irrelevant to your topic? So if my essay is on refrigerators, I'm not going to talk about phones. I think only in my special features, I could probably put in one sentence that says that you can hook up your phone to the refrigerator as one of the special features. So you can send alerts to your refrigerator for when you're cooking or timers, things like that. But otherwise, my essay should be about refrigerators and refrigerators only, because that's the object that I'm going to write about. If you are choosing to write about a phone and how it has evolved over time and its importance to everyday convenience, then you're not going to talk about refrigerators, except for that you may put a sentence in that you can hook your phone up to other appliances to get alerts and messages and timers and things like that. If you are writing about phones, you won't talk about candy, because I know some of you said you wanted to talk about candy, but candy is not an object that is important to everyday life. So we would definitely want to make sure that we're sticking to the topic. That is part of our helpful hints. Please stay on topic when you're writing your essay, okay, guys? Let's see. Do you use a variety of words, phrases, or sentences? Absolutely. And then check your spelling and punctuation before you submit it. We'll break down each paragraph next week so that you can get started on your paragraphs, and then you will submit your entire essay for a score. And remember, it's based on the 3-point score. I did include the rubric in the assignment, so you can look at the rubric to see how can you get a 4, how can you get a 3, how can you get a 2, how can you get a 1, because you can get a 4 on these. 4s mean you go above and beyond mastery, that you've completely modeled how to write an informational essay. You could teach others on how to write an informational essay. A 3 is mastery, that you absolutely can write the essay for yourself, but you may not be able to help others write the essay yet, and that's okay, because you still get a 3. So make sure you're looking over the rubric on how to do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow.